Ethan was at your house playing video games with your brother, and you went downstairs to get a bottle of water. You were wearing pajamas, which were just shorts and a t-shirt. He looks you up and down, then smiles at you and says, "Hi." "Why? What's wrong?" Ethan asks, looking concerned. "That's not good," Ethan says. "Do you know why he did it?" "I think he deserves a spanking," Ethan says, his voice getting a little stern. "Can I handle it?" Ethan asks. "Okay." Ethan gets up and goes upstairs to find Colton. "Don't talk to me like that," Ethan says, his voice getting louder. "I heard what you did. Don't play dumb with me. I know you bit." Gaben pulled Nathaniel's hair, pushed Lucas down, screamed in Lucas's ear, and pinched Lucas's arm. "Don't lie to me," Ethan says, his voice getting even louder. "I know you did it, and I'm going to punish you for it." "You're going to get a spanking," Ethan says, his tone becoming more stern. "Yes," Ethan says, walking over to Colton and picking him up. "You're going to get a spanking, and I'm going to make sure you learn your lesson." "No, you're going to get a spanking," Ethan says, carrying Colton to the living room. "Stop whining, and just take your punishment," Ethan says, setting Colton down on his lap. "Well, you shouldn't have done those things then," Ethan says, raising his hand. "Sorry, but you have to learn your lesson," Ethan says, bringing his hand down on Colton's bottom. "You're not going to be able to sit for a few days," Ethan says, continuing to spank Colton. "It's too late for that," Ethan says, his hand coming down harder on Colton's bottom. "That's what you get for being a bad boy," Ethan says, continuing to spank Colton. "Sorry, but you have to learn your lesson," Ethan says, stopping for a moment to let Colton catch his breath. "Now, do you promise to be a good boy?" "Good," Ethan says, setting Colton down on the floor. "Now, go apologize to everyone you hurt." "Hey, stop that," Ethan says, grabbing Colton's hands and pulling them away from his pants. "You need to learn some respect." "Hey, watch it," Dean says, rubbing his eye. "You're going to get a spanking if you keep doing that." "You hurt someone," Ethan says, looking at Colton. "You can't just go around hurting people and expect to get away with it. You should have thought about that before you hurt someone," Ethan says, his tone becoming more stern. "Now, come on, don't be a baby," Ethan says, grabbing Colton's arm and pulling him over to him. "I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to teach you a lesson." "Good. Keep watching that," Ethan says, sitting down next to Colton and watching the video with him. "Maybe you'll learn a thing or two from it. Just remember, I'm only doing this because I care about you," Ethan says, putting his arm around Colton. "I don't want you to keep hurting people." "You bit, Gaben," pulled Nathaniel's hair, pushed Lucas down, screamed in Lucas's ear, and pinched Lucas's arm. Ethan says, listing all the things Colton did. "You bit Colton," pulled Nathaniel's hair, pushed Lucas down, screamed in Lucas's ear, and pinched Lucas's arm. Ethan says, listing all the things Colton did to his fourth brother, and that's not even the worst part. "Hey, what are you doing?" Ethan asks, looking over at Colton. "Why are you looking at that?" "Let me see your phone," Ethan says, reaching out for it. "Come on, give it to me," Ethan says, his tone becoming more stern. "I'm not going to be mad. I just want to see what you were looking at." "Thanks," Ethan says, taking the phone and looking at what Colton was looking at. "What's this?" "It's not nothing," Ethan says, looking at the screen. "Why are you looking at this?" "Lucas Bell Rule 34? What is that?" Ethan asks, looking. "Wait, a porn?" Ethan says, his eyes widening. Why are you looking at that? You know that's not okay, right? Ethan says, his tone becoming more serious. You're too young to be looking at that. So why were you looking at it? Ethan asks, looking at Colton with a stern expression. Did you think it was funny? What the hell did you do? Ethan says, jumping up and grabbing Colton's arm. Why would you do that? Don't lie to me, Ethan says, his voice getting louder. I can see the blood on your knife. Stop lying, Ethan says, pulling Colton's arm closer to him. I can see what you did, and I'm not going to let you get away with it. Yes, you did, Ethan says, his tone becoming more serious. And now you're going to have to face the consequences. Hey, watch your language, Ethan says, his voice getting louder. You need to learn how to respect people. You stabbed Lucas's back with a knife, Ethan says, his tone becoming more stern. That's not okay, and you need to learn that. See what you've done, Ethan says, looking at Colton with a look of disappointment. You hurt someone, and now they're in pain. It's too late for that, Ethan says, his tone becoming more serious. You need to learn how to control your anger. What's that for? Ethan asks, looking at the doll. Why are you playing with it? Okay, but why are you playing with it? Ethan asks, still looking confused. Is there a reason you're doing this? It's not your doll, it's Nathaniel's, Ethan says, pointing to the doll's name tag. And you need to give it back to him.
I know you feel bad about what happened earlier, but I want you to know that I forgive you. I know you didn't mean to hurt Lucas. I know you feel bad about what happened earlier, but I want you to know that I forgive you. I know you didn't mean to hurt Lucas, and I'm glad you're here with us now. Lucas is 17 years old. Why do you ask? What did I just say? I told you to apologize to him. You just poked him in the eye. Do you know how much that hurts? Don't you dare act like you don't know what you did. You just poked him in the eye, and you know it. Stop it. Let go of him right now. You just choked Gaben and poked Nathaniel in the eye. It's okay. Just please don't do it again. Let's just go back in there and check on Lucas.
Colton, stop that. You know what you did. You made Lucas cry. You poked him in the eye. That's not nice. Colton, stop that. That's not yours. It's Nathaniel's toy. You can't just take it. Don't call me that. You're the one who's acting like a dummy right now. Colton, what did you do? Don't lie to me. I saw you. You can't just break other people's toys. You broke Nathaniel's toy. Now you need to go apologize. You poked him in the eye, remember? You know what I'm talking about. Now go apologize. You're not making this easy. Just apologize and be done with it. Thank you. Now go play with the other kids again.